Tiarra with popcults.com here with my weekly Drop It Like It's Hot video blog about my weight loss and my ketogenic diet. So last week and the week before I promised I would do a recipe, and so here is what I am working on right now, and it is Nacho Meatballs. So I have about 1.5 pounds of ground beef and a 1/4 cup of almond flour, about 2 teaspoons of garlic salt, a little bit of dried onion, some crushed red pepper to taste. You can use jalapeno, but that's too spicy for my husband, and salt and pepper to taste. And so basically you just mix up all the stuff. Oh, and 3 tablespoons of low sugar salsa, which if you buy like the natural brands you can get fairly easily. So you mix all that up and basically you make meatballs, and in a nice non-stick cooking pan, and start simmering them on medium. And once they start browning and kind of staying together instead of, you know, being all mushy. Oh, the other ingredient is a 1/2 cup of cheese. I use mozzarella because we're out of cheddar, but I think cheddar gives it more of that kind of nacho cheese flavor. So yeah, they're really easy. Like I said, mix everything together and put them in the frying pan, non-stick frying pan with a little bit of oil. I use high heat canola spray oil that I got from Whole Foods. This seems to work well. So I'm going to cook these until they're nice and done. Now, the original recipe that I took these from said that at the end you want to put more cheese on top of them and then broil them. I don't have a broiler, so I'm going to do something a little bit different, but we need to first get our meatballs cooked. So now that they're all flipped, I'm going to continue to let them cook a little bit more. Turn the heat up from low to medium, and so I'll come back here in a few minutes when these are ready to cook, and I'll show you what I'm going to top them with, and it'll be pretty tasty, so I think it'll be something that you can enjoy. So we'll see you in just a few seconds. Alright, so now we have our meatballs done and cooked. If I had a broiler option on my oven, this is the point where I would put some cheddar cheese on top of each of the meatballs and then broil them for about 5 minutes. But I don't, so I am making a nacho cheese sauce to use on top of them instead. So the base is Ragu's cheesy double cheddar sauce, which is low in sugar and carbs, and tastes pretty good. And I'm using about a 1/4 cup of that, about a 1/2 cup of cheese. Again, I'm using mozzarella because that's what I have, but cheddar gives you more of that kind of nacho-y taste. And about 2 tablespoons of salsa. And I'm just heating it up and mixing it together. And what I'm going to do once this is done is I'm going to spoon a little bit onto the top of each of the meatballs. Then I'm going to put a little dab of sour cream on each of these, and then maybe a little bit of salsa on top if I feel like it. So we have a nice nacho cheesy consistency here, so we'll probably do that. So now this is obviously low carb, but what about if you're also doing something where you don't want all of the fat that's kind of associated with this type of thing? Well, For starters, instead of using beef, you can use turkey meat. That's definitely much lower in fat. I wound up using extra lean 90-10 beef, which is more expensive than your standard 80-20 beef, but it is lower in fat, and in this case I wanted the taste of the beef instead of the turkey. And I'm also using reduced fat cheese. So reduced fat cheese or fat-free cheese would also help reduce the amount of fat in this recipe. So I'm going to put my cheddar cheese on here, and I'm going to put on the sour cream and the salsa, and we'll see what it looks like at the end. And here we have the finished product. As you can see, I put some sour cream, in this case light sour cream, and some more salsa on top. If you are into spicier foods, I would also say that you could slice up some jalapenos and put them on top too. And that would actually give it a really nice kick. But as I said, my hubby does not like spicy food that much, so we try to avoid that. And instead we just, like I said, used a little bit of crushed red pepper flakes inside of the meatballs themselves. So try out this recipe, let me know what you think. They make a great appetizer or a great meal. So that's my nacho cheese meatball recipe, and we'll see you next week. Thanks.